Hello, this is Joe Rodriguez, and I'm going to be reading a brief excerpt from my book, The Book of Joseph, concerning the final words and death of Saint Joseph. Regarding the final sweet words of the carpenter of Nazareth, we look to the mystics, servant of God, Mother Cecelia Baij, and Venerable Maria de Agreda. They reveal that Joseph, second only to the Blessed Virgin Mary in holiness among God's creatures, begs forgiveness of Jesus and Mary for any wrongs he may have committed as father and spouse. He thanks them for all their love, and especially thanks Christ for his future sufferings that will save mankind. Mother Cecelia Baij reveals St. Joseph's gratitude. Joseph begged Jesus and Mary to forgive him for any deficiencies on his part as father and husband. He thanked them for all the love that they manifested towards him, for their patience, and for all the graces that he obtained from them. Finally, he gave thanks to the Savior for everything he already suffered, and that he would suffer in the future, to accomplish the great work of the redemption of mankind. Joseph then blesses and praises Mary while telling her that he looks forward to the day of their reunion in heaven. St. Joseph's love for his spouse is unparalleled to that of any spouse in the history of creation, and here, in his final moments on this earth, he prays that all generations will indeed call her blessed. Venerable Maria de Agreda reveals the sincere words of St. Joseph to the spouse he will soon leave behind. St. Joseph's final words to his blessed spouse were, "Blessed art thou among all women, let angels and men praise thee, let all the generations know, praise, and exalt thy dignity. And may the Most High be eternally praised for having created thee so pleasing in his eyes, and in the sight of all the blessed spirits. I hope to enjoy thy sight in the heavenly fatherland." Turning towards Christ his Son, the ever-humble saint attempts to kneel before him and beg forgiveness for any mistakes he may have made while raising the Son of God as his own. Joseph adores and exalts his Son, acknowledging him as his God, asking him for a final blessing, and giving thanks to him for choosing him to be the husband of Mary, who brought him into the mystery of salvation history. Venerable Maria de Agreda speaks of these moments between father and son. This man of God, turning toward Christ in reverence, wished to kneel before him, but the sweetest Jesus, coming near, received him in his arms, where, reclining his head upon them, Joseph said, "My highest Lord and God, Son of the Eternal Father, give thy blessing to thy servant. Pardon the faults which I have committed in thy service and interactions. I extol and magnify thee, and render heartfelt thanks to thee for having chosen me to be the spouse of thy true mother. Let thy greatness and glory be my thanksgiving for all eternity." After Joseph speaks his final words, he receives the blessing of Christ, as well as his next mission to be carried out in limbo until the time of Christ's ascension into heaven. Venerable Maria de Agreda and Mother Cecelia Baij reveal this mission given to Joseph, as well as the moment of his death in the company of his beloved Jesus and Mary. Agreda writes, "The Redeemer of the world gave Joseph his benediction, saying, 'My Father, rest in peace and in the grace of thy eternal Father and mine, and to the prophets and saints who await thee in limbo, bring the joyful news of the approach of their redemption.'" At these words of Jesus, and reclining in his arms, the most fortunate Saint Joseph expired, and the Lord himself closed his eyes. At the same time, the multitude of the angels intoned hymns of praise in loud and harmonious voices. Madre Cecilia tells us, since the final moment of Joseph's life had arrived, the Son of God then invited Joseph's blessed soul to depart from his body, so that it might be taken up in his own holy hands, and from there committed to the angels who were to escort it into limbo. In response to this sweet invitation, the blissful Joseph breathed forth his soul in an act of love for God, with the sweetest names of Jesus and Mary on his lips.